Hi guys, and welcome to the another cast from your favorite caster, Omega Kai. I'm coming to you from round three of the Australia and New Zealand stage, series one. Unfortunately, I could not do the earlier two rounds due to prior commitments, but I am now here following through on this in the third round. Um, if you're not familiar with this particular group, Australia New Zealand stage, you can search for them on facebook.com. Just use the full search Australia and New Zealand stage, and they should come up with this picture that you see on your screen. Click like. The more likes they have, the more power they have in terms of being able to pull sponsors, and the larger the events get. With that, just quickly, just a bit of a plug here for the Kiwi Challenge Series 2, 12th to 20th of July. 18 teams going head to head in New Zealand. Add Dota 2 New Zealand to your Steam account so you can view those games. Unfortunately, that event is closed, though you can watch 24 teams going head to head in December after the internationals. Round of information we have currently is it's GFG versus TSG. TSG being someone that we have casted before quite a few times, so interested to see how they play, although I can see they're not playing with their normal full roster. Going onto the game now, you can see it is already started the draft, and I've got my co-caster here. How about you introduce yourself, buddy?
Um, Jason here. Nice to meet you.
Right, so you can already see here that Darkseer and Wisp being banned for the TSG. What do you make of that, including the SD? What do you make of those particular bans?
I think probably they'll ban up some pushing power from TSG because Fusion is really powerful in terms of pushing.
10 seconds remaining.
You're absolutely right. That Darkseer early pick ban, they don't want to face that Darkseer in the long lane. We've seen in previous games before, those who followed my channel have seen that they particularly like to ban it, that Darkseer as the first pick. Being quite strong with that Iron Shells, being able to push out the lane. They've also banned out Wisp, obviously Wisp being one of those strength support heroes that can give global presence to any other hero. You can make a sort of a global gank team even with non-global gank heroes if you include the Wisp, and his ability to tether is amazing. And that Shadow Demon being banned out in the second round of bans because Shadow Demon is such a crucial piece of most tri lanes. In terms of the Radiant, they've banned out Tree, Batrider, and Anti-Mage. What do you think of that, Jason?
I think the banning is quite good. It's surprising the Green Frog scamming is picking up carry the second pick.
10 seconds
So
remaining.
probably they just want Weaver as a
5
pushing
seconds
lane
remaining.
and go with 4 pushing heroes.
Yeah, as you said before, they've picked up Lifestealer. Lifestealer being one of those strong heroes we see quite regularly in tier 1 games for that tri-lane piece because he's so good in lane. You see him in pub games being used as a jungler, but I don't think that is his particular strength. They've picked up that Weaver for the offlane, and they're now banning off, as you said, heroes that are probably going to either work well in that tri-lane or sort of counter their actual pushing ability. Whereas TSG have picked up Visage. Normally with Visage they'll also Tango will combo up an Alchemist, so we'll see if Alchemist comes through here. And they've picked up Nature Prophet for that really strong pushing power. Nature's Prophet being one of those heroes that have the ability to sort of, like I said before, global presence, but also has the ability to just push. One of the best pushes in the game, and also, his ability to farm that jungle and also carry is well known. With the Radiant, they've picked up Jinkiro here. Their tri lane is probably going to be a tri lane. I don't expect this is a tournament. I don't expect to see a 2-1-2 split. I do expect to see a tri lane. So it is going to probably consist of Lifesteal and Jinkiro and one other. But in terms of bans, they've banned out both Anti-Mage and Crystal Maiden. What are your thoughts on the bans?
I would say
10 seconds remaining.
GFG banning is quite good, but TSG should ban up some
5
heroes
seconds
like
remaining.
Pat and Storm, Akasha, because they are really the bomb from
Reserve
Lifestealer
time.
is quite strong. So I'm a bit worried about TSG now.
Yep, the Lifestealer is one of those sort of a heroes that is really strong in the trail lane. You're right, I totally agree with you. It does look dire when someone picks up Lifestealer as the first pick. Though TSG not a team that's they're familiar against playing against a Lifestealer. So you can see there they've picked up that Bane being basically a counter pick to a Lifestealer. and as I called earlier on, they've picked up that Alchemist to combo up with Visage, and we're going to see a tri-lane here that is already their tri-lane. It's going to consist of Visage, it's going to consist of Bane, it's going to consist of Alchemist. Whereas on the Radiant side, their Dre line is probably, although I don't exactly know, but it looks like it's going to be a Lifestealer, a Jinkaro in line. What do you think about those two lines, those two Trey lanes? Which do you think is going to be offensive? Which do you think is going to be defensive?
Right now I would say probably GFG will go for a safe lane, defensive, and probably TSG will go for offensive.
I totally.
Up the research.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Jason. I totally agree. I think with that Alchemist, with that Visage, and with that Bane, they need to probably definitely get those kills. They've got the team to do it, so they probably will go in offensive trialing versus the Lifestealer, Jinkaro line, safe lane, trialing, defensive trialing. And those last bans, Quap being banned out. We talk about Quap quite a lot. Quap having one of those abilities to totally dominate the ruins, so it's an excellent mid position, along with Puck, which we may still be being picked up, and Storm Spirit, which GFG has picked up. They've picked up that Storm Spirit, so they've got that Storm Spirit in the mid position, very very strong. He's able to really jump into those ruins quite early. What do you think on the Storm Spirit pick? What do you think the counter is going to be here?
Definitely not the Puck.
10 seconds
Because
remaining.
Storm definitely win Puck middle. I would
5
say
seconds remaining.
go for some hero like probably
Reserve
the
time.
new heroes. I can't remember the name. Sky Mage or something.
Skyroth Mage?
Yeah. That could really punish well Storm.
I think you may be right, but I think you may see something unusual. You may see a Druid mid. I've seen TSG run a Druid mid. They're quite offensive in the mid play. The last cast that I did them, they did some amazing early game ganks in the mid position, and some of the games that they played with the Druid in the mid position. So we'll see. You know, they've still got a lot of time. They're using their time effectively. They've got over a minute. They're taking their time to decide how we're going to counter the Storm Spirit, who we're going to put in the mid position. Are we going to put main in the side lane, or are we going to put mid lane? Oh, and they pick up a Magnus.
Radiant team
Yeah,
pick.
must be to the fact that the out from reverse plurality can team with the unstable concoction.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Jason. Those their team fight, particularly with that Magnus now added into their draft, is going to be quite strong. They're going to be able to isolate people with the Nature's Prophet and pick them off. They're going to be able to slow other individuals with the Visage, and also use Bane's Nightmare or his ult in order to lock down a hero, and then they can follow through with the Magnus and an RP. So there's a really good synergy with those heroes. On GFG's team, they've got a good synergy with their tri lane, but I'm a little afraid whether or not this Weaver is going to sit into the team synergy. Weaver being one of those heroes that is quite greedy. His skills don't synergize with other heroes. He's great at diving, he's great at following through, but yeah, he doesn't really add to team synergy. Having a quick look at the buy-ups here. Both teams picking up early smoke and also picking up early sentry wards. We could see an early engagement, particularly in this top lane area, if the Radiant choose to also go offensive in the trail lane, and they do. So we've got an engagement potentially here in this area. With the two teams, although the smoke is following in behind on the Bane quite slowly, so they may not be using the smoke early. They may be waiting for the Bane to get into position to smoke. TSG being really strong at the early game in terms of how they play their playstyle, and also how the heroes support that as well. So they'll be looking for early kills, and you can see here now it looks like it's going to be an engagement. Wards go down. There's Visage sort of baiting out somebody, but no, the Radiant choose to back off.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, we can see here that there's quite a few pings going on in the mid river here in the top lane. 3 heroes to just sort of basically check this one ruin. That's obviously the trail lane there. It's going to be Lion. Whoa. Weaver in the trail lane. So it's not going to be Lifestealer. Lifestealer is soloing the solo lane. What are your thoughts about that?
The battle begins!
It's quite unusual, but could be working for them. to stop the alchemist farming. Probably that's the idea behind it, but I'm just a bit worried about the TSG in mid or late game, because Storm can just fly in and disable Magnus before he even do anything to the team.
Yeah, well, I think Lifestealer is particularly strong as a laner. I don't know if he's particularly strong as a solo lane, given that he's going to be playing against. Oh wait, he's going up against the Nature's Prophet. He's not going against the Weaver. These lanes are not as what I thought they were at all. We've got Weaver in the top lane in terms of the tri lane. The tri lane at the top consists of Alchemist, Bane, and Visage, as we called before. But Weaver is in the. Oh, where's Weaver? No, wait, sorry, I'm totally wrong. Nature's in the long lane. I didn't think Nature's would be in the long lane. And a bit of board dear water going on here in this area. That sentry ward will block that camp. Oh wait, no, after the patch it doesn't camp. You actually have to eat that tree that's next to him. I'm going to ping that tree there. You have to eat that tree now in order to block that camp. So that sentry ward probably won't actually block that camp. A lot of people don't know that was one of the changes they made with the vision changes to the wards in terms of being able to detect for spawn camping. That ward shouldn't be blocking the camp, although the Dire choosing to do ward it anyway.
Yep.
Having a quick look at the early game CS, we can see that Storm Spirit easily leading the middle section here with 10-5 versus Magnus's only 4-1. So Magnus is on the back foot in terms of the early game CS, and he's taken a reasonable amount of damage. He's sitting at roughly half hit points. The harassment here from the Storm Spirit being reasonably strong. Good plays here from the GFG. In the bottom lane here, we've got Nature's versus a Lifestealer. Nature's sitting slightly higher in his CS at 7, whereas Lifestealer sitting at immediately 4. And in the tri lane position here, we've got Alchemist. He's sitting way down here at 3 CS versus the tri lane of Weaver. The Weaver sitting at 9 CS. So at the moment, in terms of the early game, at the moment TSG on the back foot.
Yeah, I'm surprised they are not doing the offensive with the Visage pick. Otherwise, it will work out so well for them.
And you can see in the top lane here, they're jostling for position. They're using the creeps to. They've pulled the dire creeps into this camp, and they're picking off the dire creeps as well as this neutral camp, so making good effective use of that CS. Meanwhile, the Dire just kind of aimlessly sort of not doing anything with his Visage and Bane, while their Alchemist is getting a little bit CS. Both this Bane and Visage aren't really doing anything. They're looking to contest this pull, but unfortunately it was all cleaned up by the Radiant. In the mid position here, you can see Magnus is catching up slightly. That is only because Storm Spirit's gone to collect that ring. And in the bottom here, it is still quite a substantial lead. Oh no, wait, Lifestealer's managed to catch up. It's neck and neck with Lifestealer and Nature's Prophet. Top lane here, they look like they're just in position. These are slow. There's a nice wall. Is there going to be first blood? Is this going to be first blood? Weaver right-clicking them down. Bane having nightmared off Jinkaro, but unfortunately, no one following through. There is no kills, and Alchemist is far too low in hit points.
Yeah, right now, from what I can see, I think Viren should have TP top to gank them, because they are quite far near the tower.
Yeah, that's true. And in the bottom, just as you say that, Furion and Lifestealer taking on engagement. Lifestealer going down to Furion as First Blood. That's First Blood to TSG. I think that's a bit of a misplay there by the Lifestealer. He was already on low health when he engaged with Open Wounds on the Nature's Prophet, but Nature's Prophet choosing just to right-click him down, not having to really use any abilities.
Yeah, well played there.
I think you sometimes you suffer a little bit when you play those strength carries. you suffer from this mentality that, you know, in late game you're pretty tanky, you're pretty unstoppable, and that mentality sometimes carries over into the early laning phase when you're starting a new game, and you just have, you know, you've got this mental sort of note in your mind that you think that you're quite tanky, but really, you know, in the early stages, without those levels, you aren't.
Yeah.
And Storm Spirit really driving back this Magnus. This Magnus really having to sort of, he's in a position, and he's being picked off. This could be first blood for the Radiant, and it is. It's not first blood, but it's their first kill with that DD ruin, and he just TP'd in and just easily right-clicked on that Magnus.
Really well played from Storm, knowing the limits.
TSG suffering a little bit in terms of the crafts. They are slightly behind. It's not a lot. It's only 300. Oh wait, there's a big play here on the top. We've got a lion followed by a flying stun followed by an ice ball, and a visage slow. But the great rotation in here from the Magnus. He picks off the Nature's Prophet. No, he picks off somebody. Nature's Prophet picking off Weaver. There's a bit of a kills going on everywhere. Visage looking to get out. Can he TP out in time? He's trying to TP out, but there's too much damage from this right click. Good rotation in from both Magnus and Nature's Prophet, but unfortunately TSG just coming out on top there.
Dire's bottom tower is taking many wounds.
Storm Spirit now rotating in, looking to pick off somebody. He could be out of position. He could get picked off here. He's gonna. Oh wait, there's a dead bane. Oh, and a miscue by the Magnus. Otherwise, that would have been a great play. So how do you think this long game is going to work with the natures, with the Lifesteal? What are your predictions in the game?
I believe GFG will have the big advantage looking at how they play, but Radiant team will have to play more carefully and probably rotate bottom to help with Max to gank bottom lane, to put pressure on bottom lane. And Storm can start ganking now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know if I agree completely with this. I mean, I actually think here that the Radiant team has the better late game with the Weaver, with the Storm Spirit, and with the Lifestealer bomb there that they can put into the Storm Spirit. I think TSG, their main hard carry, the Alchemist, he needs to be farming, and he's not. He's sitting on only 12 CS, whereas the majority of all, and it's in the middle of the pack, he should be sitting on 20 something, you know, in order for him to hard carry. He's not going to be hard carrying unless he turns something around very, very shortly. This is not going to be a late game for TSG if it's not going to go in their favour, I should say.
Yeah. And Uranus almost has the mechanism, so it's farming really good.
Yeah, he's sitting there equal with the mid position Storm Spirit. Oh, there's a smoke gank in here, visible, followed by open wounds and a stun. Can they crack it down this Fury? And they do quite easily, given that there's three of them. No stun required, no frog required, or hex required from line. Just a ball lightning from Storm Spirit and an open winds is all that is required.
Yeah.
You can see Storm Spirit's domination of those runes, being able to sort of ball lightning into a rune really early, paid off. He was able to pick up that invisibility, and oh wait, we've got a bit of action here in the top lane. There's a stun going down to Alchemist. He's got a bottle charge. He's now on an ice wall. That stun actually being thrown down and stunning them. Can they right click them down, or are they going to escape? The skewer comes in. Is he going to be? Oh, and he hasn't got enough mana for an RP, and they get away. Although he picks them off at the last second with a lucky shockwave, that was potentially a big misplay there from the Magnus, who didn't have enough mana to an RP after a skewer, but lucky for him, his teammates were able to support him.
Spreads at Radiant's middle tower. Radiant's towers are fortified.
And the Dire 5-manning Dota now, they're in the 5-man Dota phase. They're now pushing in on these towers. There's no challenge, no reaction from, well, there's only a minor reaction here from the Radiant. There's nothing they can do. There's 2 of them versus 5. This tower's going to go down. They're going to pick up their early easy gold, which is going to be really, really beneficial, particularly for the supports of TSG. They'll be able to pick up their support items a lot easier now that they've got it to early tower. having a quick look at the items. You can see here that both teams have not yet used the smoke. Their smokes that they picked up early phase. They've both used their sentries and wards to de-ward each other. Having a quick look at Jinkura, not really having anything worth to mention. Same for Weaver. He's sort of not going for that early Lincolns. He's got enough farm to do so. Wait, we just in this mid position here, you can see there's an ice wall going down, followed through with a lot of damage going down on that Bane, and a number of abilities to take him off, and Rage popped in order to escape, in order to chase an escaping Magnus and Nature's Prophet. Can they hold off this assault? What do you think, Jason? Can they hold this? Are they going to be able to hold this tower?
Yeah, I think should be fine. Because they probably use up most of the skills.
Quick look again at the CS. You can see that Nature's Prophet has easily surpassed everybody at 55 CS, 56 CS as opposed to the next closest player, which is Lifestealer. He is sitting reasonably close. Weaver sitting down on 42 with Storm Spirit, way down that chart. We've also got Magnus on 37 and a measly 21 for the Alchemist. All the supports sitting in obviously the under 10 bracket, and there's a game pause. And we got a bit of a lag issue.
Yeah.
So let's have a quick look at the items while there's a lag, and also maybe you can do a plug for the ANS group. Tell us a little bit about ANS, what your goals are, and what you're trying to achieve.
Basically we try to create this tournament so that we can find the standard of people in Australia and New Zealand, and hopefully we can organize more prize or cash available for the winning teams.
And the current prizes, as I understand, have come out of your guys' own pocket. You've sort of forked out for this on your own. Tell us a little bit about what the prizes are for this particular event.
At the moment it's just from some of our members in ANS, but in the future probably we'll get sponsors. Right now, just $100 cash.
And I must say that's highly commendable, given that it's your own money, and when people run events, particularly at this early stage of event running, it's not for profit, it's for the love of the game, and as you can hear, Jason, it's for the growth of the community. You're looking to grow the community, you're not doing it for any kind of special recognition. So thanks again to the members of ANS for this event, because without this we wouldn't have anything to cast, and it'd be less interesting for everyone.
Yeah. Right now we can see the Gaia team are doing really well of the jungle use.
Yeah, in a number position there, unfortunately you missed out. There was an ice wall followed through with a lion stun and a lightning ball from the storm to easily pick off that Magnus, who was overextended slightly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Alchemist really needing to farm here. He really needs to catch up. It's no by means GG yet. It is early game, but Alchemist really needing to pick up that farm in order to be the late game carry that he is.
Looks like Weaver's gonna go for Lincoln's.
Yep, so it's at 12 minutes. You would have expected to him already see that ring of regen, ring of health much earlier, but unfortunately he hasn't got the CS that he was probably looking for early game. He's now managed to pick up a bit of that CS, but in this mid position you can see right now, you can see Storm Sprint. He's invisible. He's looking for an easy gank, but there's three of them. He can't pick off anyone. He's pinging for help, but unfortunately only Jinkura coming in to assist. I don't think this is going to be a gank. And we have some reactionary TPs coming in from the Weaver, and also somebody else. Who is this coming in? Oh wait, there's a pick off here by the Storm Spirit. The Ice Wall going down. Lion coming in, but he's being forced to retreat immediately, leaving the rest of his team to try and pursue the enemy. Can they do it? They're going to right click down one. They're going to right down click down Bane. They're right down click Magnus. Easy kills for them. They lose nobody in exchange, and they also pick off a couple of familiars. So great play there from GFG.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised the Magnus doesn't back up. Because there's no way he's gonna be quicker than other heroes disabling him.
Yeah, unfortunately, TSG suffering slightly. They don't have their full roster. They don't have their Ponkachu, who they normally have as their mid player and carry. And I see this translating into a loss for them because they don't have that great carry that he normally plays in that mid position. Although it's still not GG yet, I'm calling it a little bit early, a little bit prematurely. But you know, anything could happen. It's only 13 minutes into the game. You can't judge a game by 13 minutes. It's only a 4,000 XP difference and a 2,500 gold difference. That could be easily turned around. That's just one team wipe or one team fight that goes in the favor of TSG.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be a long while before the dagger is up for Magnus.
Yeah, a lot of those early kills for GFG being that Magnus, which means it's going to really delay that Blink Dagger farm. But at the same time, we've seen a lot of rotation happening from a lot of the players, including Lifestealer, and as a result, he hasn't quite yet picked up his armlet. It's almost 15 minutes. Normally, you would like to see an armlet sort of in that 13-minute to 12-minute bracket, but he's going to be picking up a slightly late armlet. In fact, he just picks it up just now. So almost 15 minutes, he's got that armlet, he's going to be slightly more effective. That Basher probably next, what do you think on that build? Do you think he's going to go Basher?
Yeah, most likely he will go for Basher.
And there was almost a Storm Spirit out of position here with no mana in the mid position, being ringed with the trees, but unfortunately he did have a Quelling Blade, so he just walked out of that. No disables to follow through, unfortunately. So what could have been an easy kill for TSG, that opportunity missed.
Yeah, sadly the ban is still level 5, not yet level 6. Can't do much.
And yeah, you're right, he is suffering a little bit. His CS really, really low, which you expect from supports. He is picking up some of the wards and whatnot, but he has died, I think, 4 times, if I have a quick look at the kill death. Yeah, he's died 4 times, which has really delayed his ability to sort of get to that level 6, which they really need. They need that extra CC to sort of take on GFG's synergy. Or I should say stronger hero mix.
Right now I think overall team play and team plan, I think Dire is still pretty good compared to Raiden side.
I think at the moment they're doing a bit of a catch-up phase. They're trying to catch up from that early laning phase that didn't go their way. This Alchemist, their heavy carry, still sitting at the bottom half of the table in terms of CS. He reverted to farming in the jungle, which might sound like a good idea if you're not getting the CS in the lane, but there's far more CS to be had in lane than there is in the jungle. And they've smoked out right now. They're looking to pick up a kill. They're rotating into the mid position. Can they get a kill? They sense blood. They want to turn this game. TSG are looking for an easy kill. Are they going to find this line? This line sort of looking to back up. He's going to walk right into it. It's going to be a gank. There's no escape here for this line. He gets stunned. There's an RP, there's a skewer that completely misses, but it doesn't matter. Everyone just right-clicks him down and he's dead. Storm Spirit jumping in with the Lifestealer Bomb, picking off a kill, picking off 2 kills. Are they going to pick off a 3rd kill? RP being used. Mechanism being used. Can they escape from this scenario? Who's going to come out on top? Bane's gone down. Alchemist has gone down. Lion's gone down. This is definitely in the favour of GFG. TSG calling the retreat and beating the feet back. And also losing a Alchemist. This is a disaster for TSG.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but Ben is actually sleeping as Magnus. Oh.
That is the problem with Bane. You know, Bane's one of those heroes that using Nightmare on your teammates, it's a real risky call if you're not familiar with the team. Like a lot of these high-end teams that play together a lot, if you listen to their actual in-game communication, or if you listen to their sort of mumble or Skype chat, you can see that there's a little conversation regarding what abilities are going to be used on what hero, because they innately know what people are going to do because they've played so much together. This team TSG, although they're under the TSG flag, I know they're missing a number of their key players from this lineup, and so I think, you know, maybe a miscommunication. Bane not saying who he's going to Nightmare, and maybe sort of, what is it, panic reaction, and just sort of sleeping the sleeping the Magnus to try and save him, but unfortunately it backfired.
Yeah. Looks like some action on top there.
In the top lane here, we can see there's a bit of a jostling for position, a bit of push from GFG. They've got all their supports here with the Storm Spirit and the Weaver. They're looking to possibly get this tower and pick off a hero. I don't know if they know this Nature's Prophet is just sitting there, if they're trying to bait him out, or whether or not they're just trying to get an easy tower.
Tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified with 12
Meanwhile, in the bottom position,
and minerals.
there's a counter push from the Radiant. It looks like it's going to be a tower trade. There's no reactionary TPs in, although there's a reactionary TPs out. They're looking to TP out into... Wait, those TPs are cancelled. There's TPs happening everywhere. TPs cancelled. TPs being used in the bottom lane here. It's gonna be a dead somebody. And Weaver goes down in the top lane. In the bottom lane, everybody gets away. Bane, no, sorry, it's a Bane. Bane being picked off in the bottom lane position. Miscast from myself there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think initially there's a miscommunication there. Just Storm TP and then suddenly cancel it.
yeah. You can see Bane. He was about to TP out into the second tier 2 lane in the top lane. I'm not sure why he cancelled it, but that cancelled cost him his life. Oh, and an excellent RP from the TSG, and this is going to really punish the Radiant. They're going to go down. Wow, they pick off the Magnet, they pick off the Alchemist, but that's almost a team wipe. That's going to really punish the Radiant in terms of the graphs. It's really going to swing this in the favour of the much needed swing that they need. They haven't got their farm they've needed in the early game, so they really need to win those team fights.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, really good RP there.
And we see the power of Magnus. Why regularly on a lot of the low tier Captain Modes games you see Magnus being used in the first set of bans? This is why his RP can really turn a team fight really in the favour of the team that he's on, especially when he's got such good nuke damage coming from his team to back it up. Radiant looking to move into the bottom position here. They're looking to defend this tower. Although Dire choosing to rotate out. They're looking. They've got a win. They've decided, hey guys, we've capitalized on that win. Let's not throw this. Let's look at returning maybe to the mid lane to pick up a kill.
So we probably might see a little bit more action from Magnus. Gotta take it up now.
And in the position here, we see Stormstorm breaking in. He's looking to pick up this Magnus, but though he's jumped into 4 players, is he going to get this Magnus, or is he going to die as a result? There's Bane's ult, and we have, yeah, that was a big play from the Storm Spirit, but unfortunately, he didn't get that kill, and he paid for it with his life. Having a quick look at the CS now, while everyone's backed up, you can see that while Nature's Prophet is clearly in the lead in terms of CS, sitting on 122 CS, between him and the rest of his team is a huge gulf of green, which is the Radiant team. We've got Weaver, we've got Lifestealer, and we've got Storm Spirit, all sitting on the near 100 bracket. That is not too far behind this Nature's Prophet. And then we have seen a little bit of improvement from the Alchemist in terms of his CS. He is starting to catch up slowly, but this is a real slow catch up. Although you must realize he's got Grievel's Greed, so 78, 79 CS is going to equate to probably 103, given that he gets all that extra gold. I see that Alchemist has picked up a Shadow Blade, but he's also going to go down, even though he's got the Shadow Blade. Too much CC going down on him. We've got a Jinkiro wall followed by a Lion Earth Spike, and that is basically him dead. And everyone's TPing, and there's lots of reactionary TPs happening into this tier 1 and tier 2 tower. They're looking to defend this tower. They don't want to give up any towers without contesting them. They realize they are, although they are behind on kills, they are behind on CS. They don't feel that they've got the farm that they need, so they want to not give up towers easily. Meanwhile,
The skill.
Meanwhile, we've got a Storm Spirit bomb. Storm Spirit being infested by Lifestealer. Looks like they're choosing to try and bomb somebody out. Although there is 5 in the top, no, 4 on the top and 1 in the bottom lane. Nature's TPing in somewhere. He's TPing to mid. This could be bad. They don't know that that Storm Spirit's infested. This explosion really paying damage on Bane, and also, oh wait, great RP! And that has been backfired, even with the Jinkara wall, even with the Earthspike. Can they pull this back? No, mech being used. They're going to right-click down as many heroes as they can. That's a dead Lifestealer. That's a dead Storm Spirit. That bomb only picking off Bane. That's a good trade for TSG. They've got a bomb. They've got a unstable concoction. He throws it down, and that's almost a team wipe going in the favor of TSG on form right there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, really nice play from TSG there, but the line actually outed the wrong hero. He should go for the Magnus, but probably the wrong click there, and I'm not sure why Weaver's not there even.
Those would be the questions that keep them awake after this game, should they lose this game. Though it's still anybody's game, it's only 17-6. The graph says it's pretty close. There's very little in it. In fact, there is less than 300 gold in the game currently, although there is a gap of 2,500 XP. We have a reactionary TP coming in from Lion. This may be bad. Storm Spirit also coming in, given that he bought back. But he's being right-clicked down, and he gets killed. But Weaver picks up a kill also. That Lincoln Sphere paying off. Can they get this Weaver? They chuck down a ward. They want to get this Weaver. Weaver using his ult. He's going in to try and kill off Visage with the help of Lifestealer. They do so. This causes Alchemist to retreat. He hasn't got enough mana to use the Shadow Blade. He could potentially lose his life, but the Radiant choose to retreat. Big plays, big exciting plays from both teams. This is definitely a game to watch.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Yeah, so far the best.
What were you saying, Jason? So far the best?
So far the best match that we have.
Yeah, unfortunately I was not able to commit to the earlier rounds for casting, but I'm here now with you, so I'll see you, be with you through to the end of it, hopefully. Hopefully it's not too late, given that you guys are a few hours ahead, or a few hours behind in Australia.
Yeah.
But yes, this is a very close map. The graphs say there's virtually nothing in it. We're looking at, for the first time, the gold is, well, for the second time, the gold is in the favor slightly of TSG, whereas the XP is less than 2,000 in the favor of Radiant. There's only a slight advantage. That is less than a team fight. There's only 1 or 2 heroes. So this is a close game. It could be anyone's team fight. Basically, it comes down to the team fights. If TSG can win 1 or 2 more team fights just like that, they're going to start that mini snowball effect. If they can keep their momentum, they're going to win this game. If GFG play how they have been playing in the early phase, with the good synergy of the heroes coordinating better, then it's their game. So it is very close. Too close to call, in fact. In this bottom position here, abilities going down everywhere. Lion being picked off, Bane being picked off. 1-for-1 trade, but it looks like the Radiant choosing to retreat. Dire looking to possibly go for rush, given that they've picked up an amulet on the Visage.
A really nice reaction from Storm, but he's just so lucky because Brian decided to go for Lion instead of Storm. He didn't check the mana pool of the Storm. He's actually no mana left.
And we can see here that Dire picking up Roshan, completely uncontested. No response here from the Radiant. They're sort of being distracted in the top lane here by this Magnus. but and basically everyone else being dead, so they don't really have it. Well, everyone else having already backed off, so they don't really have an answer to their rush. That rush, is it going to be used effectively? Time will tell. And we can see here on the top lane, Storm Spirit with that bomb again. He sucks in his Bane, and with that explosion, they pick off their Bane. That Bane being the meat of most of the deaths of this game for the Dire team. You can see here he's sitting on 9 deaths for 0 with 7 assists. He's really, no, he's not feeding. He's just an easy target with no escapes.
Like axe, the dire structures cannot be
Yeah,
hurt.
definitely.
Yeah, you can see these reactionary TPs coming in and rotations coming in from everybody. Magnus being caught off in the jungle. He's not going to really be able to use that effective RP. He could potentially go down in the top lane here. Also, Alchemist having been forced to retreat. All the abilities going down on Alchemist. He's dead. His Alchemist, his heart, his Roshan heart going to be used. And also Visage goes down. This is a disaster. They put Dust down. They're going to pick off everybody. This is going to go completely in the favour of GFG. No kills at all for TSG. This is bad. This is very, very bad. This looks like it's not only going to be a tier 1 tower, but potentially a tier 2 tower. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Probably did not coordinate enough. Fearing winning and didn't realize the Knights is there.
I think, yeah, they didn't realise Nick was there, but also what was more important was probably what happened in this area here, which was Magnus being on his own, walking through the jungle and being engaged by Lion and I think it was Lion and Jinkira, and sort of not really being able to add to the team fight, given that he's got that RP and that skill and they really need that. And then he was easily just picked off, which meant that they didn't have any answers for this damage coming out of Lifestealer.
I think right now what they can do is smoke and gang. Utilize every single cooldown of the RP.
Yeah, but in saying that, we see this Nature's Prophet. He's really a far ahead now in terms of CS. He's looking quite farmed in terms of his ability. It looks like he's going to be going for a Desolator. Once he gets that Desolator, his right-click potential and gank potential is going to just go through the roof. Not even this Lifestealer with Rage is really going to be able to stop him. So, you know, TSG's answer coming in the form of this Nature's Prophet. He's just nailing home that farm. He's almost 50 CS, well, 40 CS above, is it 30 CS? Sorry, almost 30 CS above this Lifestealer, which is going to equate to probably that Orchid.
Yeah. I'm surprised to see there's a pressure on Alchemist before the normal AC build.
Sorry, can you say that again?
I'm quite surprised Alchemist is not going for Assault Courage straight away. Instead of getting that, he's going for pressure. So
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I've been told, and I don't know if this is correct, viewers can correct me later, but I've been told a number of times that, you know, although it's not in the suggested items, you should really be looking to pick up that Battle Fury before you pick up that Basher with Alchemist, because with Chemical Rage, with Shadow Blade on top of that, your attack speed is so fast that Battle Fury just really pays for itself really, really quickly.
looks like they're gonna push towers. And Alchemist is not ready yet.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
You can see in this bottom position, easily just having picked up some kills. Storm Spirit looking to TP out, probably answer this bottom Alchemist farm, and he does. He easily picks off this. This is probably going to be a dead Alchemist because he's so underfarmed in comparison to. Oh wait, I say that I should eat my hat. Excellent unstable concoction. Excellent, no, lucky bash procs, but more so than anything, me underestimating the power of that Chemical Rage.
Great play from Alchemist there.
Yeah, I thought that was going to easily go in the favor of the Storm Spirit, but how wrong I was.
Oh, look at that. We've already Desolator, and Max already got the stun items.
Yeah, he's already got that abyssal blade. He's already got that armlet. So he's really at that sort of apex. He just maybe needs a heart now, and he's already kind of at that apex in terms of farm where he needs to be. It is only a 30-minute game, so they need to be having those items. But at the same time, he's already picked up his blink dagger. He's on a BKB, so he's going to really be able to use his RP and skewer without basically hassle free. We've got a desolator on this Nature's Prophet. The support items all going down onto the sports. We've got mana boots. We've got an urn. The really only hero. Oh wait, and also an abyssal blade also on the alchemist. So this is probably an equally farmed game. What do the graphs say? The graphs say it's 7,500 in the favor of GFG and 3,000 in favor in terms of gold. Sorry, 7,500 XP and 3,000 gold. So it's still close. It's still just a team fight away. The kills probably make up the difference. They've got 5 more kills, and that's probably the difference in the game just now.
Yeah. And I really think now, right, that GFG should push and continue ganking, pushing, and putting pressure on the Dire team. Otherwise, Alchemist just gonna keep up, and eventually, Alchemist and Spirit will be so bad.
Yeah, Alchemist, you're right. Alchemist, Alchemist, he's managed to catch up. He's on 140 CS, which is probably about the same as 190 CS for a normal hero. But this Nature's sitting so far above everybody else on 200 and almost 20 CS. 190 for the Lifestealer, 186 for the Weaver, 166 for the Storm Spirit. The viewers can see it on their own screen. They can see that the CS, it hasn't changed much in terms of position for the entire game. Everyone's still ranked exactly where they were probably about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. But yeah, you're right. This Alchemist, if he gets enough farm, combined with this Furion, the pushing power from those two together with basically unlimited chemical rage because of the cooldown, it's going to be hard to stop. What are your answers? Your answers are effective coordination with your stuns and lockdowns, and your Lifestealer. Your Lifestealer being the real centerpiece of your counter for those two heroes.
Yeah. And Viva is just too scared about the power of Furion. Not able to offlane push.
Yeah, you're right. This Weaver not really doing as well as I thought the Weaver would be doing. He is getting the farm. He did get that really good CS, so I can't fault him on that. But he's not making those dives that you normally see from Weavers. He's not diving beyond sort of tier 1, tier 2 towers and then using his ult to escape. He's using his escapes just as escapes. He's not using them as the versatility as ganks. And you can see in the bottom lane. The bottom lane consisting of 2 invisible heroes, including smoked up heroes as well, including Visage. A skewer not really resulting in anything, and this is basically jostling. They're both looking for somebody to be out of position, and this line is probably going to be the person who's going to be in a position. Let's see.
Yeah, just now, Alchemist, the Magnus should not pick up the rune while he is dusted, but not sure why he pick up. Then they realize that the rune is gone, so that's why they back up.
I missed that, so good play there from Jason. As he said, the Radiant team not aware that the Dire team had smoked up until that rune suddenly went missing. Did they have vision on that rune? No, they didn't have vision on that rune, so how would they have known?
Just I think they denied it. Just now it was on the clip here.
I see. So yeah, they had vision on that rune. They saw that it randomly disappeared. Somebody was probably looking to pick it up at that stage, and that gave them the awareness that yes, there is somebody smoked or invisible in that area, and they chose to back off as Jason has casted. And we see a bit of jostling. We're in the phase now that I quite regularly refer to as the Neandering phase. It's not Neandering. We've got 2 teams. They're grouped up. They're both basically just looking for somebody to make a mistake. We see Radiant here smoking up, but they're going in the wrong direction. They're going completely away from where the Radiant happen to be. it still could result in a gank. They've smoked into Rosh. So it looks like they're going to do a smoke rush with all 5 heroes, although they may get caught out by this Magnus. Magnus suddenly seeing where they are, popping that haste ring to get out of it. Although this is easily going to be a kill for GFG, this is probably going to be a really big misplay and probably quite detrimental to TSG. They pick up only line and lose basically their entire team as a result. This is also going to be... Oh wait. Yeah, they lose their entire team. So it's going to be... This is going to be an easy rush for GFG, and possibly they're going to push on this tier 2 tower in the mid lane as well.
Oh, so sad, man. Magnus actually saw them just because there's a sentry in the river there, but unfortunately he get caught by Lion. Lion is a good player there. Otherwise he could have won battle.
Yep, as you said, that easy pick off from Lion in terms of shutting down and locking down the Magnus meant that they didn't have a fear of the team fight, and they basically committed to it and took out 4 heroes as a result. And this is now a game that is swung really in the favour of GFG, particularly with that team fight. We talk about a bracket quite regularly on my channel, which is the 10k bracket. When you get to the 10k bracket, depending on the gradient of the graph, it's officially the beginning of a snowball. You can see here that they're sitting at 12,000 experience. They're only sitting at 5,000 gold, so it is a minor snowball. But if they maintain this lead, it's definitely going to work into a snowball for the Radiant team. And yet, TSG are looking to smoke up. They're looking to get their own back in terms of picking off a hero. They're going through the Radiant jungle. They're looking for somebody. Do they see anybody? Let's see if they can pick off this Weaver. Weaver's invisible. He reveals them. They know that somebody's there, and their smoke is revealed. It's broken. Yeah, nice TP there, but unfortunately no follow through, and did not catch the Weaver in the skewer, and that smoke is wasted. They're looking to TP out now and react to both the top lane and the mid position pushes. Unfortunately, that play not really going in the favour of TSG.
Yeah, that's the problem with Weaver. So hard to kill.
Yep, he definitely is. With all those escapes, he's got, not only has he got Jacuzzi, he's got his ult. But we said this before, you know, you can use that as an offensive ability. You can use that as a dive potential. We haven't seen that much from him, but he is using his escapes really well as escapes. We also haven't seen the Weaver Nyx bomb yet, which I favour over the Storm Spirit bomb. Weaver goes invisible, his Jacuzzi's in with a life stealer inside him, and he can easily explode and unload onto a number of heroes. But we haven't seen that just yet. Perhaps they're waiting for that for late game. Bit of lag here, I think, or for some reason there's a pause. Not sure exactly why this pause is. Sometimes I refer to the games that I cast as the game of pauses, because there is often more than several pauses in a game. This game probably being one of the better games that I've casted. It's only had 2 pauses so far, versus some games I casted in the Kiwi Series Challenge 1. We had one game that had 19 pauses, and in fact the total pause time equaled the whole length of the game.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding you.
Oh my god.
It was a 37-minute game, and the total length of pauses was 35 minutes.
So ugly.
Yeah, it was quite ugly. It was the they had a winner bracket, loser bracket scenario, and it was the final best of 3 games in the loser bracket scenario, and the amount of pauses was ridiculous. The organisers, it was the last game. They were of the losers bracket. They were quite relaxed. In fact, they were quite intoxicated, so they didn't particularly care whether or not there were pauses. They had some rules about how those pauses should work. You know, you can only pause for this reason or that reason. You have to actually say why there's a pause. But not being adhered to, obviously, because he was intoxicated.
Yeah, not sure why Jack Hero is pausing the game without any reason.
Right, well, I'm going to take this opportunity yet again to advertise all the websites as seen on your screen. You can see here they've got the Australian New Zealand stage. We're currently broadcasting round 3 of the Series 1 of this game. We do not have round 1 and 2 on our side, unfortunately, because we could not commit to that early casting. Although, as you can see here, you can see there's some prizes for this particular game. What you want to do is go to facebook.com, type in Australia and New Zealand stage, is like the complete words of them, into the search for Facebook, and you'll find the result should result in this picture showing up. If you just type Dota 2 New Zealand or Dota 2 Australia, you're going to get hundreds of pages. It's going to be hard to filter through, but if you use that exact search thing, I did it earlier today, you can see that it's there. A big thanks to the ANS guys for their prizes that they forked out of their own pocket for the event. If it wasn't for guys like this, we wouldn't have such a good, strong community. And as you heard before from Jason, he's looking to promote the community. They want to really amalgamate as many players as they can into the community. There's a couple of groups doing that, but I think these guys will be successful given that they've already put their own money into the actual game. Quick plug-in again for Kiwi Challenge Series 2, 12th to the 28th of July. Add Dota 2 New Zealand to your Steam accounts to watch those games. Unfortunately, entry for that event is closed. It's 18 teams head-on-head, and we can see that the game is now being unpaused, and we're going to jump back into it.
Thanks.
Everybody now sort of jostling for position again, neandering as I call it, as 5-man Dota. Although this Storm Spirit being slightly out of position on his own, are Dire going to react to this and go up and gank him? No, they're going to let him keep farming. They're going to rotate around and look to pick off the rest of the Radiant team where they can. And we can see there on the screen that Roshan is going to be up in 3 minutes.
Ho-ho!
And Dire choosing to retreat from that circle round in terms of flanking the Radiant team. Probably would have been good to follow through on that through those actions, but they just chose to water it and retreat out. They're now pushing mid. Magnus looking to pick up somebody, but another miscure, blink miscure from him. Probably the 6th we've seen so far. Although, oh, great storm bomb, followed by Jinkura wall, RP being used. It's a right clicks going down from a number of heroes. They're not focusing fire there. They're putting them onto a number of different heroes. Magnus goes down, Lion goes down, Bane goes down, Visage goes down, Storm Spirit goes down. This is a 2-on-3. Can they pull it back? Storm Spirit's got that Aegis, and they also pick off Furion. It looks like it's going to be a tier 3 tower and potentially a Rax if this Alchemist can't hold them. And this is the stage that TSG is starting to get nervous. If they can't defend this, they're at 15,000 XP difference, they're at 7,500 gold difference. If they can't stop this assault, this is going to be a snowball. It is going to be very hard for them to come back. What are your thoughts on this, Jason?
Dire structures are fortified.
Pretty sure they can take the Rex now, but just now when I look at their items in TSG, they should get something like the disable for Rex, because none of the items are doing anything for Rex except the.
And we see a suicide here from Alchemist, and 2 go down. 2 that counter push. This is the stage here where TSG is getting nervous. Are they going to keep finding out? Can they call this back, or are they going to call GG? It's looking pretty close. There's a rotation here into the bottom lane. They're going to take this bottom tower. They're probably going to take this bottom Rex as well. There's just too much damage coming out from this Lifestealer, from this Weaver. Yeah, this is easily the bottom Rex also. This is GG. I don't see them coming back from this. I think GFG's well play in that mid position, particularly around that rush fight, has really turned the game in their favour, and I believe we're going to see a GG any minute now.
Yeah, the BKB is not up on Magnus.
Yeah, unfortunately, TSG suffering from not having it. Yeah, GG. Well, GG called. Game over. This is not best of 3. This is only 1 round. Jason, this is only best of 1, correct?
Yeah, best of one.
Yeah, so we're not going to see another game. GFG going into the next round, unfortunately, TSG being eliminated. Well played by GFG, and we'll see you for the next cast. Thanks, guys. Yeah, just quick plug in again. You can, for myself, I should say, you can check out my cast on www.youtube.com/Dota2 casting, Dota2 New Zealand casting, or NZ Dota2 casting, I should say. Check out my Twitch TV account on www.twitch.tv